Let me start today with something simple and honest. This is not a preachy fitness episode. I am not here to lecture you. I'm not here to bark orders or give you another list of reasons to feel guilty about. And I'm definitely not here to tell you that you need to be shredded or jacked or insta-fit to live a meaningful life. What I am here to tell you is this. A stronger, fitter version of you will show up better in every aspect of your life. As a parent, as a partner, as a sibling, a friend, as a human being who moves through this world with energy instead of exhaustion. Team fitness is not about vanity, and it's not about punishment. It's not about chasing the ideal. It's about becoming someone who feels capable. Someone who trusts their body, someone who has the energy to play with their kids and the resilience to get through tough seasons of life. Because when your body gets stronger, your whole life gets stronger. And today I want to show you how simple it can be to simply start, especially if you've felt intimidated, overwhelmed, or out of place in this entire gym world. And by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to do, why it works, and what to ignore. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 1 of the Beginner Health series. I am so excited. Let's go. Good day to you, team. It is your coach, Bart Walsh here. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a fitness expert, and welcome to the Built Resilient podcast. Before we get into the juicy details and the training, I want to say this up front. I've learned that fitness can feel very intimidating to a lot of people, and I'm here to tell you it's not your fault. Gyms, they have an identity problem. They make beginners feel like they're walking into someone else's stage, like you already need to be fit to belong. And honestly, this concept, it breaks my heart. Because fitness belongs to everyone. Strength belongs to everyone. Movement, it belongs to everyone. So this episode, in fact, this entire 3-part series, it's not about perfection. It's about accessibility. It's about understanding health as a whole. It's about creating a lifestyle where you can feel safe in your body, proud of your progress, and connected to who you are becoming. And here is a deeper truth that I want you to feel. A fitter you is not a show-off version. It's a more patient you. It's a more present you, a more grounded you. And if you want to be a better parent, strength helps. If you want to be a better partner, strength helps. If you want to be a more resilient leader, strength and fitness helps. Not because muscles make you superior, but because capability changes how you carry yourself through this entire world. So this series is your blueprint. Episode 1 is all about training in the gym and out. Episode 2 is all about nutrition, how we fuel our body and our mind. And episode 3 is all about lifestyle, how we can live a life that works with our biology and not against it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the series. Let's go. I didn't get into fitness because I loved bicep curls. In fact, I'm notoriously known for not doing many bicep curls despite the arms. I actually got into fitness because I was obsessed with helping people. When I started as a personal trainer, it wasn't glamorous. Any personal trainer can attest to this. It wasn't polished. It was me in a gym at 5 a.m. trying to convince people what they are actually capable of. And I fell in love with it, hopelessly, with the transformation that happens when someone realizes, hey, I can actually do things. But I hit a point in my career where I wanted to help more people, not just the ones who trained with me one-on-one. I wanted to influence the trainers. I wanted to influence the game changers in this world. I wanted to influence the coaches, the people who would go out and influence thousands more than I could. And that curiosity pulled me into the education. Director roles, management roles, bigger responsibilities, until eventually I stepped into the role as head coach of Jets Fitness Australia, one of the most respected names in the Australian fitness industry. And from this vantage point, I've seen tens of thousands of members walk through those beautiful Jets Gym's doors, excited, nervous, overwhelmed, hopeful. And here's what I have learned. Beginners aren't failing because they're lazy. Beginners fail because the fitness world hasn't taught them the basics in a way that feels safe, in a way that feels simple, and in a way that is sustainable. So today I want to give that to you. I want to give you what so many other people never got. The clarity, the confidence, and the roadmap. If you hear nothing else from this episode, if you turn it off at this point, please don't help my algorithm. But if you do, here's what I want you to know. Strength is the foundation of fitness forever. Not cardio, not classes, not shredding, not high-intensity interval training, not HIIT, and not the 12-week transformations that break people more than they build them. Strength. Strength is the great equalizer. Strength is a long-term investment, not just to your fitness, but to your health. Strength is the only type of training that keeps paying you back for decades, and here is why. Strength reduces injury risk. Strength increases confidence. Strength makes daily life easier. Carrying the kids, lifting groceries, moving furniture. Strength builds bone density and protects you as you age. Strength improves posture, hormone function, insulin sensitivity, and metabolic health. Strength sparks emotional stability, resilience, and mental health improvement. But the biggest reason beginners should start with strength is because strength creates capability. Capability creates confidence. Confidence then creates consistency. And consistency, my dear friends, consistency transforms your life. Let me break down the metabolism and muscle science down in plain English. Your metabolism isn't this mysterious unicorn that we need to figure out how to tame. It's influenced heavily by your muscle mass. Muscle is metabolically active, which means it burns more energy just by existing. It means it makes your body run hotter. It increases your resting metabolic rate. So when some people say, I want to lose weight, what they actually need is I want to build muscle. Because here's the truth. Some of the weight that we lose during dieting and cutting calories is indeed muscle, which means your metabolism gets weaker. It gets slower. It's not broken. It just down-regulates. And this then makes your hunger increase. Your energy drops. Your body then rebounds. Strength training, on the other hand, protects you from that. It helps keep your metabolism strong even when life gets chaotic, if, of course, we are feeding it in the right way. And heavy lifting isn't scary. Heavy just means heavier than what you could do last week. It's subjective. It's progressive. It's not reckless. It's controlled, not extreme. It's smart, and hear me very clearly, not scary. Okie dokie team, let's get a little bit more specific. Here is what beginners actually need. Step number 1 in this process is have a strength-first focus. These are the big 6, as I like to call them. These movements give you the biggest return on your investment. And suffice to say, if you just focus on getting stronger, having better mobility, having better range of motion on these 6 exercises for the rest of your life, if that's your focus, you will tick so many boxes that it's not even funny. It's simple, but it's very effective. Those exercises are the squat, the deadlift, the overhead press, the bench press, the pull-up, and indeed the bent over row, ticking the box of every foundational movement pattern to a point that we have. And if you master these 6, if you commit to getting better technique, better loading, better positions, better tempos, you will build a stronger and more capable body than 95% of the other people in your gym team. It's just that simple. We've got the 6 foundational exercises, and look, we can change the specifics of these exercises as we go along, but just understand them as a whole. The next step is to choose exercises that you can lift more weight in. More load on the bar equals more stimulus. More stimulus equals more adaptation. Machines are perfect for beginners. In fact, I encourage a lot of beginners to start there. They build confidence and stability, and over time, the idea is to transition away from the machines and onto the free weights. Slow, steady, and safe, but make sure we have that goal. If we start on the machines, I don't want you to be on the machines in 10 years' time. I want you to be able to move freely with a barbell on your back, with dumbbells in your hands. This intention, this idea of practicing movements to get to that point, surefires your journey and safeguards your progress. So we have a strength-first approach in our mindset, and then we choose exercises where we can lift lots of load in. Step number 3 is introducing conscious cardio. Team, cardio is incredible, but not for long-term fat loss. Cardio burns calories in the moment. I call it manually burning calories, but strength burns calories all day. It burns it automatically. So I want you to use cardio for what it's good at, making your body more efficient and creating energy. It's good for heart health. It's really good for mental clarity. It's great for mental health. And here's a really simple structure. I want you to do one longer, low-intensity session per week. This might look like jumping on an elliptical in the gym, going for a walk, going for a light, low-intensity run, emphasis on the low intensity, and then having an option to do one high-intensity session every 1 to 2 weeks. We don't need to overdo this stuff. A fallacy we've been taught in the fitness world is that higher intensity and more of it will equal more results. It might within the first 2 weeks of doing it, but we see those results plateau very fast. So this is what we talk about when we introduce strategic cardio, conscious cardio. Start with one low-intensity zone 2, if you want to get nerdy about it, session a week, and then introduce a higher intensity session on top of that if you feel like you can. Don't sacrifice the strength work for getting the cardio in. And a reminder here, walking counts. Walking is one of the most underrated forms of exercise because we think it's so simple and so base. So we aim for the 8,000 steps a day. Incredible. If you want to get more cardio in your day, just increase those steps to 9 or 10,000. And guess what? You've done more cardio without doing more cardio. Don't sleep on walking. And step number 4 is to change your mindset and change your perception. I want you to have a performance-first mindset. If beginners understood this, 80% of fitness stress would just vanish. Your weight on the scale is not your progress. Your lifts in the gym are your progress. Your energy throughout the day is your progress. Your capability to do more things in your day, that is your progress. When you focus on performance, your body composition naturally follows. Zero obsession with that number on the scale required. Easier said than done, but keep at it. Focus on what you can do, not how much you weigh. And team, the final step, step 5, is to make it sustainable, the most important step. 2 or 3 strength training sessions per week is enough. In fact, for a lot of you, 1 session a week is enough. You don't need 7 days. You don't need perfection. All you need is relentless consistency. Team, fitness is not about transformation. It's about a relationship, one that you will slowly build gently and intentionally with your body, with your movement, with your life. And team, look, I know for a lot of you, some of these points might go over your head. That's okay. All we need is 1 to start progress, start momentum. But here I want to remind you why all of this matters, why this fitness and strength thing even matters, why I'm even talking about it. You are not training just to lift weights. You are training to lift your life. You're training to be more patient with your kids, more present with your partner, more confident in your body and in your environment, more resilient under stress, more capable of handling a world that seems to be out to get you every single day. And team, you deserve that strength, not for aesthetic reasons, but for the life that you want to live. Now team, this is a 3-part series. We're talking about fitness here, but we are just scratching the surface. These are just merely concepts. If you want to know more details about your own specific fitness journey, hey, write in hello@bartwalsh.com.au. Let me know what you're struggling with. Let me know how I can help you in a more acute fashion. And so understanding that this is indeed a series, here's what I want you to do this week before you listen to the next episode. I simply want you to pick your starting point. It doesn't have to be a perfect one. It just needs to be an honest one. I want you to choose one of these. I want you to learn one of the big 6 movements: deadlift, squat, bench press, overhead press, pull up, bent over row. I want you to pick one. Or I want you to book your first strength session, either with a coach or by yourself if you feel capable, or I want you to do one beginner-friendly workout. Full stop, end of story. You doing one of these things, even though it's really small, is progress and starts your journey. Or team, dare I say, for the people who feel really intimidated, but maybe a little bit inspired after this episode, maybe that little action is walking into a gym. And hey, if you're in Australia or around the world and you're near a Jets gym, tell them that Bart sent you. And I'm sure they will look after you in more ways than one. Simply walk in and feel the transformative power happening around you. Because strength isn't about lifting heavy weights. Strength is about lifting the parts of your life that have felt too heavy for too long. And team, you deserve to feel strong, and I am honored to help you start your journey. Team, my name is Bart, and this is the Built Resilient podcast. I'm a speaker, I'm a fitness expert, and I am, so excited. So excited to get into the gym after this episode, and I hope you are too. Team, let's build a stronger life for you, and let's build it one session, one repetition at a time. As always, thank you for being a part of this community. If you are new to this community, where have you been? What have you been doing? We've been waiting here for such a long time. Make sure you do subscribe if you're on Apple Podcast or you're on Spotify or on YouTube, wherever you're listening to this. Castbox, that's a thing. Pandora, that's a thing too. Make sure you join the community. There's a lot more content coming your way, and I feel very proud to be in a wave of content that's making this world better and not just being a distraction in your life. So thank you for being a part of the journey. Team, have a wonderful evening, a wonderful morning, a good afternoon if that's your time of day, and remember to choose resilience. Bye.